Okay, this is a video for absolute beginners about the REPL and Clojure. If you don't know what these are, just kind of bear with me. We're going to show you lots of pictures. I wrote a letter to a friend about, well, Russ Olson is the friend, getting Clojure. He suggested I spend time with the REPL, and I love that. But there's a new concept of this instant REPL. It's available in light table and night code. Let's look at that, and let's look at Clojure. What are we talking about? Today, we're talking, this is Sunday, week 33. Sunday, for week 32, I was introduced to, of course, the famous Russ Olson, wonderful guy, who gave a nice talk in good company. Rick Hickey created Clojure. He's the one. These are just wonderful videos. Richard Feldman, again, just fun to watch. Really interesting stuff on Clojure programming or functional programming. While fooling around in that area, since I like LISP, I've also bumped into Eric Norman, who is marvelous, and his day at the bakery is just a really spectacular way to learn Clojure. It's LISP at its finest. It's LISP as symbolic programming. Really fantastic. So we spent a lot of time getting Clojure on my system. I used Clojure Bridge. I went to GitHub and actually did Clojure Bridge. Let's see if I can pull that up to the way it should be. It should be bold and it should be 18. I suggest that you do OneNote this way and that you try to make lessons for other people. 5-minute videos describing where you've been. Welcome to Clojure Bridge. Had a nice description and I was able to get Clojure working. Complicated process. GitHub had to be installed. Java, a Java program had to be installed, as well as Lineagen, on and on and on. Now, there are lots of books. This is a free book from Amazon. It's free to read if you have the Amazon program that gives you free books. You have to pay $10 a month. I've forgotten its name right now. And there's lots and lots of resources. If you sign up for Eric's purely functional resources, he gives you lots of handouts and other kinds of things. The major thing, well, indeed, he also sends you weekly programming challenges. Fun to play with. Russ Olson is just amazing. He is really fantastic. I loved this video. It just was clear. And his book is also fantastic. I read the book from the Seattle Public Library as a small sections, and it just came out really well. You have the table of contents in one side and sections on the other side. You can get the book from the Pragmatic Bookshelf and all of his code, which we'll be upgrading a little bit. InstaREPL. Okay, I meant to introduce InstaREPL to you. When I first learned about the InstaREPL, this was our title. And the thing I wanted to show you was, here is a LISP code, and here's an instant response. It told you exactly what it was doing. Even if it were a complex code, it told you exactly what it was doing. And if you had a big program, you could click on any of the items and it showed you where you could find the definitions and other things. So that the fact that it's instant, a beginner should have instant feedback if possible, and that's what's happening here. Well, I did find an instant REPL also in an application called Nightcode. Nightcode is another, it's no longer being updated. It's a frozen application, just like Night Table is a frozen. Light table is frozen. I'm sad. We did actually move into Calva, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Here, the bakery core LISP functions all just compiled, and they were great. The code from our examples book, from the Getting Clojure book, did not compose, and we're going to see if we can solve that this week. Russ Olson has told me how to do that. There were a lot of errors, and knowing that this function hasn't been defined yet is good. You can just calm down and relax. It isn't your problem. It's not your fault. Okay, so there's our InstaREPL. We're happy with it, and we're going to be going toward now Calva. Clojure is and Clojure script is available in a REPL powered environment for Visual Studio Code. That's not going to die. Visual Studio Code supported by Microsoft, so we're on our way. Okay, this was a 5-minute video talking about the InstaREPL, a read, eval, print loop where you get feedback, and this time you get instant before it's even ready, before you've typed enter, it's giving you instant feedback. Clojure is a new version of a new version of LISP that's easier, more precise. I like it better, and the teaching that I've come across is much better. Week 1, I've moved a tremendous distance. Here's, by the way, the bakery code from Eric. We had talked about Eric Norman. His bakery code is just fantastic. This is how to make a cake in Lisp. These are the verbs and the nouns. You can think about those for anything. Here is his introduction to the bakery. Just fantastic. And version 1's available free if you can find it. So you can begin there and then take his later version, which I suspect is about running a bakery. There will be a lot more conceptual material for you. Okay, so here was InstaREPL for Clojure for week 1. We'll have to see what week 2 does. A 6-minute video. Talk to you later.